Lana and Yunji. Good job, Lana. So Yunji is going to sit down.
Sorry.
And remember, it's always important to be polite to the other person. So you would say, thank you, Lana, that was some very good points you made. Now I'd like to tell you, right, so you don't say, oh, that's rubbish. Right, you have to be very polite. Okay, Lana, up you come, big stage. Introduce the hello and like we normally do.
Hello, today we are going to be doing a debate about jewelry. Who wants to start first? I believe students should wear.
They dress the board.
I believe students should wear jewelry to school because it lets them express their individuality.
Yeah, keep going. Talk for 2 minutes.
Another reason why students should wear jewelry at school is because jewelry tells other people what religion they belong to. Example, Buddhism and Christianity. Sometimes jewelry can express your feeling like happy, sad, or angry. I think all students should wear jewelry to school because it helps you to stay pretty. Sometimes students should wear jewelry because sometimes in the email for school they didn't say that there's going to be like a photo taking day. And sometimes girls need to wear jewelry because they want to have a nice picture for their picture taking.
Okay, good. Okay, all right. Okay, now sit down, because you're going to come back up again and you're going to say for a minute what you think. Yeah.
So against jewelry. I believe students should not bring their jewelry because first, if you bring it to school, you might lose it or break it. Second, if you wear jewelry at classes while you're learning, you could be disturbed. Third, if you wear too many jewelry or some jewelry, you could not be neat and you could not be comfortable. Fourth, your friends could be jealous. Fifth, someone could steal it. Sixth, wearing jewelry can be unsafe and you might hurt yourself with it. And as Lana said, we could show our individuality, but at school, we don't need to show our individuality. And at school, we came to learn, not to look pretty. So, sometimes if you bring jewelry to school, you can like over show off or something. Then, if there is a student who is very poor in your class, who wants to get the jewelry you showed off, they could feel down and they could feel sad. And if you bring a special jewelry, so expensive, and if you like break it, and there's no way that you're going to buy it again, what are you going to do? Thank you.
So you have 1 minute now to come back and say, well, I think 1, 2, 3, this is not, you don't say that's rubbish, but you say, well, I'm not sure about it. Okay, 1.
First of all, I do not bring very expensive jewelry to school. The reason why I said the stuff before Yunji said those stuff is because what if someone special in your family gave you a piece of jewelry that is so beautiful and is not made of real material like gold or real silver, then if that special person like grandma said never take it off, what would you do with that? So if you also wear jewelry at school, it also helps you to share and play with your friends. Like sometimes if you have a friend in school and then he or she is quite poor, you can also share the jewelry with her or him to make her or him feel happy. Students should wear jewelry at school because sometimes jewelry is a way of telling people you're friendly and kind and if you're a bully. So, as Yunji said a while ago, she said jewelry can easily break, but sometimes jewelries are very hard, so they usually don't break. And so if they break, you can easily just stitch it, or make it again with another piece of string.
Okay, thank you.
So I got some interviews from my friends and my mom. And I asked them if bringing jewelry to school is necessary or not. And these are the answers. Kalista told me that bringing jewelry to school is not necessary because she said she don't want to show off. Jake told me that bringing jewelry to school is not necessary too because it might break or get lost, just like I said. My mom replied to me that bringing jewelry to school is not necessary too because jewelry doesn't fit with us kids. It fits with like big adults or teenagers. And like Lana said, like the jewelry, she said that jewelry is hard and isn't breakable. But what if, and she said that if someone special gave it to you and they say that you should wear it forever, then you might hurt yourself. Like when you're doing sports like football or basketball, maybe the jewelry like could like fall down or break, or the ball could like crash on the jewelry or something. And if you wear jewelry, you could not like move easily, or you're not comfortable. And
The jury decided. Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Excellent. Okay. Well done. And sometimes you're going to make a speech which you cannot win. Right, so pretty hard there, Lana, it's pretty hard to win jewelry at school, yeah? So it's okay, you just try your best. Sometimes, you can, in something like if I say, should teachers be able to hit children with a ruler?
no.
No. But I've got to argue, yes they have, I don't agree with that. But you just got to try and convince people. Okay, so if you get 0, it doesn't mean that you're terrible. It just means that maybe you couldn't win the argument. Yeah? So you just got to give it a try just for here. And Lana might not agree with it. She might say, well, no, I don't want to wriggle. But she did a very good job of trying to persuade us. Maybe Yoonji actually does like to wear jewelry to school. Maybe you do. We don't know. We don't know because we don't need to know. Yeah, but maybe you do, but you made a very good argument against it. Okay, so that's okay. Right, well done. Okay, well done. Fantastic first one. Okay, number 2 then. How's it going? Okay, now we have to say something here that this is not really Callista. Right, this is Melanie, but Melanie is sick today, so Callista's actually stepped in at the last minute to do 2, because she said otherwise Andrea's going to be talking to herself. Okay, so Callista hasn't practiced this one a lot, okay? So she's just stepped in there and helped, okay? We've got a lot of writing already, gosh. That's a very long. Okay, are you ready? So this one, you want to introduce what the topic is? And off you go.
I believe that students should choose what they want to eat. Because some students doesn't like the food that the canteen provides. And the food menu in the canteen is limited. It's also quite expensive to pay the school's food. Example, if I hate the food, I will throw it away, so it's like wasting our parents' money. I think it's better for children to choose to have their own freedom to choose what they want to eat. And then four out of four of the people that I interviewed agreed that they want to choose their own food. Like Yunji. Yunji prefers to choose her own food. Because sometimes she doesn't like the food. And Yunji also wants to have her own freedom. But she said that the school, if we want to buy our own food, it's more expensive. And instead of students bring food from home, I think that the school canteen should have a lot of menu so that the student could choose what they want to eat, like the teachers ordering food every day.
Okay, thank you, well done. And what's the tip if you feel nervous? What should you do? If you're beginning to feel a bit, what should you do? Well, look at the back wall, take a nice deep breath, just stop and go. Okay. And then it's what we call it in acting a dramatic pause. Do you know what I was going to say? So you can create a dramatic pause, yeah? Where you don't have to go like you're running a marathon, yeah? So that's okay? Okay, Andrea?
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Calista and I are going to debate on the topic bringing food to school. In my opinion, students shouldn't be allowed to bring their own food to school for the following reasons. First, children could sneak and steal food in the kitchen that they are not supposed to eat. Second, students could exchange food with other students, and if they're allergic, they could get terribly sick. Third, they could bring junk food to school. As we all know, junk food isn't healthy. Fourth, it would waste the effort and the time of the parents just to prepare the food for the child. Fifth, there are times when some parents give their children anything that their children want to eat. Some parents spoil their children. Finally, schools know what is healthy for us. So, schools prepare clean and healthy food for us.
Okay, thank you. Well done. Okay. So you're now going to say a few things about what you've heard, yeah? Think about what Andrew says, and then you can say against that if you want.
I don't think that students would want to steal food from canteen because the one that cooks the food will stay there. And I don't think that our parents always want to give their children junk food because they love their children, so I don't think they would want to give them all the time.
Okay. Good. Okay. Well done. Okay. Andrea, I think that's the last one. So you can come back and answer that again if you want, or you can.
But other parents are too busy and they're too tired, so maybe some parents spoil their children, and if they want to eat, if the children want to choose anything they like, the parents could give them anything because they're too tired. Then, but if the person who's cooking isn't in the kitchen and doing something else, the children could get the food from the kitchen and steal it, and when they go to school, their mother and father don't know that they just stole the food from the kitchen. Calista, do you buy food from outside?
When?
Anytime.
No, my mom.
So your family cooks food that you bring to school? Wait, no, I mean, so your family cooks food?
Yeah.
Do you know it's more expensive at home because we use gas, and we have to buy groceries, and we have to use gasoline and water for cooking. Because at schools, parents only, in our school, our parents pay the food in our tuition already. So it's cheaper to to buy the food in school than cook at home.
Thank you. Well done. Okay, so standing up then. Okay, year 3 with your cards. Now, if you believe that, yes, children should be able to bring their own food to school, right, then if you think that, then you pick the white card. If you think that children should not be allowed to bring their own food to school, and that they should eat the canteen, you know, bear in mind, remember, it's not your personal, I think this is what you've heard today. So it's not that you think, yes, I want to eat Mars bars every lunchtime. It's what you've heard, who made the best argument today, okay? So are you ready, year 3? Well, I'm going to count to 3. When I say 3, you have to make a decision. So white means yes, you can bring your own food to school. Yellow means no, you cannot bring your own food to school. It's not a good idea. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, up. Oh, what have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3. Miss Karen is abstaining here, so you've got 4 yellows, so it's against it. So Andrea just wins by 1. Well done. Okay, thank you. Well done, that was good. Now, be very careful. One thing there, Calista. At the end of your...
Have computers at school. I believe that we should have computers at the school because it saves so much time to access research instead of pulling pages out of the book just to find one thing. Also, as I know, my teacher, she spent like maybe a whole lesson trying to find just one video in the library when you could have just looked it up, downloaded it. It's also much more faster, and because if you have homework at home and that you lose it, then you can maybe get a pink slip or anything. But if you have it saved onto a USB drive, it'll always be there unless some sneaky person deletes it. It's also much more fun to do work and have computers at school because when you're little, it's kind of fun to play building blocks, but then you get bored out of it. But then there's education games, like maybe you could do like maths playground. Also, it's much more funner than just writing out sentence by sentence in a book with sore fingers and have to sharpen your pencil again. Well then, on the computer you can just type it and no sores, no nothing, and you can spell check and everything. Also, if you play, maybe when you have the funness, maybe you might not like education games. And there's also very fun games like a game I know where on Word where there's a sentence and instead of writing books, punctuate the sentence. You could just maybe cheat by doing spell check. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Sean, so you're going to...
I'm against computers because I think computers, firstly, can spoil our eyesight. Children could get addicted to computer games and other stuff, like online chat. Children and teenagers are more into chatting on websites than talking at school and spending time with their families. 4. How will children learn to write if they rely on computers for spell checking? I asked some people about computers, and an example is Jake. No, because you will rely on it too much. Another one is Miss Karen Tomlinson. No, because they will play games and go for online chats.
Okay. Remember, when you talk, put your paper down so that people can see you, okay? If you hide behind it, they can. Okay, Jake? Can you? Jordan?
As Sean said, it's bad for eyesight. But what if you just do computers maybe once a week and for only 1 hour that week? Because then your eyesight won't go bad after, because you won't be on the computer like 2 hours every day. It would just be limited to 1 hour a week at school. Also, if your parents might not allow you to do computers, as my mom said, for education purposes, like as one, making websites, two, making your own Word, and three, making slideshows. Also, by relying on, if you play games on computer, at my old school, they have strict web games. So maybe you want to play, if anyone knows, Miniclip or Minecraft, something like that. It would say you are not allowed to access this website, and so only if you know some like really non-knowable games you could play. Also, I interviewed my little brother about if he played a computer to use computers at school. He said it would be much more fun instead of just writing down sentences. And as I said, so in conclusion, I think that we should have computers at school for all these reasons I have told you.
Thank you. Well done.
How about if they didn't play education games, but they play games which are like all those, and like they play shooting games and all those, and then they start to get, and it's inappropriate for them, especially young children. And also, writing is the original thing, not typing. And also, typing, you don't feel anything. It's like just typing, and it's really hard because you need to look at the screen. You don't look at the keys anymore. But for writing, it's much easier. You just write.
Okay, so if you think that yes, we should have computers at school, we should use computers at school, you're going to hold the white card up. If you think that we shouldn't have computers at school and we should do writing by hand, you hold your yellow card up. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, up. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 against 2. So 6 against. Is that 6 against? Yeah, so 6. So 6 people said that we shouldn't have computers at school. Yeah, okay, so it's Sean 1, 6 to 2. Okay, that was a very interesting vote there, yeah. 6 to 2. But remember, you could also sway the jury, which is not really that, by saying, oh, I can't win, I'm no good, you're going to win. Oh, I feel sorry. So you can't say that at the end. You can't say, you just have to be quiet. I know you're joking. Okay, up and come. Next one. Forward from that, Jason gun. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Let's keep it to 2 minutes, okay? Here we go. Introduce it first.
Hi, I'm gonna talk about bringing toys to school. Do you think children should bring toys to school? I think we should bring toys to school because there's lots of ways that children can have fun with toys. Like if they're bored, they don't, at recess time, they don't want to do anything, they should just take out their toys and play with them. And then if they have fun, then it'll be better for children. And you can make friends by playing with toys.
and it can show who you are and what you like to do. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I believe that students should not bring toys or mobile stuff to school because students might lose their toys or some of their mobile phones. Number one, if children brings mobile phone, it might distract them from learning or doing work. Two, they would not concentrate in class and only think about games. Three, the games would be stolen or the toys would be stolen. Four, they would waste money using their mobile phone and if they are expensive. Five, when someone calls you in the middle of school and you're still learning, everyone in the class will get distracted and you can't learn. Question, do you think students should bring mobile phones to school and why? Number two, why do students bring mobile phones? Three, do you think you should call at school time? Four, the students need to learn on mobile phone.
Thank you, well done. So you come back to what you just heard and okay.
But most of the people I asked said that we should bring toys to school and mobile phones. Like my brother said that we should bring mobile phone and toys to school because we can have fun with them. And my dad said yes because when you play with toys you use your imagination, then you can use your imagination as another way of learning. And then Calista, Andrea and Gunji said yes because you can bring mobile phones to school in case emergency, like the school's burning down. Then you have to call your parents. And then my mom said yes because if there's an emergency, then she can come and get you. Or if you want to know why your mom's coming so late to pick you up.
Jay, but then when you said if the school's burning down, teachers might have phones for you to phone your parents. And I think without toys you can have more imagination than with toys, in my opinion. And I interviewed my parents, friends, and teachers. I interviewed 8 people, 4 said yes and 4 said no. My mother said, no, you shouldn't bring because you might lose them. They might distract you in class or something might happen. Sean said yes, in case of emergency. Jay also said yes, in case of emergency. Judy said no because they might get damaged. Lana said no because schools already have toys in the playground. Melanie said yes because in case of emergency. And Calista said yes in case of emergency. And the last person I asked is Miss Karen Thompson. And she said no because it would get lost. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well done. Okay, year 3, so white slip if you think we should bring toys and mobiles to the school. Yellow if you think we should not bring toys Students' toys and things. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, vote. Oh, we got 7 to 1 against bringing. So gun wins us 7 to 1. Yeah? You have to think, Jake, if your mum was phoning you and you had a text on your mum saying, answer the phone, and Mr. Aki is here saying, don't you answer your phone in my lesson, which one are you going to do? Are you going to answer your mum, or are you going to obey the teacher? That would cause a lot of problems, wouldn't it? And mum will say, you didn't tidy your bedroom today, your bedroom's a mess, why did you? That's a maybe, I don't know. But so it's very hard to say that, yeah? But it's good that you guys support the school rules. Okay, last but not least then, up comes Elle and Calista. So, okay, Elle, off you go.
In my opinion, I think children should wear uniform so they can look nice and neat. And other people that see us will know what school we come from by looking at the logo on our shirt. And everybody won't feel bad that other people have more nicer clothes than them. And in the morning, it won't take time to choose what we want to wear. If you buy 3 uniforms, you can use it for a whole year. But if you use your own clothes, you need to buy more than 3. Because if you buy only 3 clothes, you will need to wear that 3 clothes twice a week. And your friend might say that you have only a few clothes and you will need to buy more. And if we use uniform, it will be easier for teacher to take care of us when we go out for a field trip. And it will make us more unity and then we'll feel that they are part of the school.
Okay, thank you. Well done.
Good afternoon, Mr. Akin. Good afternoon, everyone. I believe that students should not use school uniforms because they get bored easily. And I think that it's very nice to see other people using different clothes from others. And no need to spend more money on buying school uniforms because we do have our own clothes already. And for me is I want to have my own freedom on using my own clothes. How about you? I think some schools sell school uniforms expensively, don't you think? 4 out of 5 of the people that I interviewed agreed that they should not use school uniforms. Because they get bored easily. They want to express themselves like what Miss Karen English 1 teacher said. They will also want to have their own freedom. But only Sean. Sean said that it will look smarter and tidier to see other people using school uniforms. But he said that it's quite boring to use school uniforms every day. My conclusion is most of the people that I interviewed agreed that they should not use school uniforms. Mr. Aki, do you prefer using school uniforms or not using them?
Well, as I'm the judge, I don't decide either way or yes.
Thank
So
you,
it's
Mr.
a
Aki.
good idea. Okay, thank you, well done. Well,
I think using school uniform are not boring because there are still days that you wear PE clothes and you still have time to wear your own clothes on Saturday and Sunday. And if using your own clothes is better, why nearly every school have uniforms? As you said that when you said the evidence, you said that you can buy 3 free school uniforms so that the next year you can use it, right? But then I think that if you buy the school uniforms, you won't know if in the future you will be fatter. So if you use the other two, then it will be wasting money. What will you do?
Okay, thank you. Well done. Okay, so if you agree with L that we should wear school uniforms, then you put the white card up for. If you think that we should not wear school uniforms, and you agree with Callista, you will put your yellow form, your yellow card, okay? So for school uniforms, white against yellow. Are you at that, Jin Young? Don't talk between yourselves, remember? Okay, 3, 2, 1, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 3, 4 school uniforms. Okay, sit down, well done. 5 to 3. So 4 school uniforms. Okay, so now what Callista did there was quite clever, because if you want to make the jury think someone important has said something, you say like, Mr. Aki, Miss Karen, what do you think? Now, if Miss Karen thinks that you should wear school, you might think, If I say, I asked my little brother and he's 4, you think, well, he doesn't really count, does he? He doesn't really matter. So if you can use a good example of, so well, I asked Miss Liz and she said, right, then that's quite a good, you think, that might sway it if it's equal, because that 5-3 is quite equal, alright? Right, maybe it might have been, one vote either way, but that's very good. Now look at that. Most people believe that we shouldn't bring our own food, very close, right? People thought that we shouldn't bring jewellery. People thought that yes, we should wear school uniform. People said no toys or mobiles at school. Yeah, and so these are not rules that the staff make up.
Students,
This is what you guys agree with.
your water.